Hello, guys. I'm going to pick up where I left off yesterday, or 2 days ago, with ecology. And we did all of these beginning slides, so I'm just going to skip through them and pick it up where we start relationships. Hope everybody was able to get outside and report about their ecosystem a little bit yesterday. It was a nice day out, and today was kind of crappy, and Monday was kind of crappy, so hopefully you took advantage of yesterday. All right, so I think I might have started this on Monday by accident a little bit, but this is where I want to focus our attention today. It's on relationships and ecosystems. So populations don't live independently. They live with each other, and that might mean different things. There are different kinds of relationships that they have. Okay? They don't live in isolation. So one of them is competition. Okay, there are different kinds of relationships. One of them would be, say, two species competing with one another. Okay, so I explained this slide a little bit Monday, but these are two different kinds of competitions going on. When they look at species of paramecium in separate containers, you see that they both do pretty well. If you put them both in the same container, so this is the one container, you put them both in one container and one clearly does better than the other. One will outcompete the other. So the first kind of relationship is competition. Keep in mind that every animal has their own niche, and that is a unique living arrangement and has to do with where they live, their food sources. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Go back. The time of day they're most active, other factors due to the organism's way of life. I was trying to click that little thing. Okay, I guess it's not playing. All right. So competition over resources, that's a major thing. They can still be competitive and have a different niche. Maybe they live in two different parts of the trees, or maybe they live in two different parts of the forest and they eat the same thing. Or maybe they still eat the same food, but they hunt in different parts of the day. So that means that they could still compete over the same thing, but not have the same niche. Predation is another relationship. This is when you have an interaction between two organisms and one eats the other. With predation, you have many effective adaptations for both predators and prey. So think about things that predators have that make them adapted well, and think of things that prey have that also help them be adaptive. Let's look at this picture right here. Here you have the lioness going after the zebras. So one thing that the lioness would have would be that it is super fast. It's got, teeth, really strong teeth. That would be some adaptations for the lion. For the zebras, what do you think their adaptations would be? If you said the stripes, yes, actually that is an adaptation. The fact that when they're together in their herd, that they all have the stripes, that confuses the predator so that they can't tell them apart from each other. So those are some adaptations. Predator adaptations, others, if you're a wolf, you hunt in packs, that would be an adaptation. You have camouflage, you can blend in and sneak attack. You have acute senses, like rattlesnakes use heat sensing organs. Maybe you also have a strong sense of smell, like the shark, or a strong sense of what this bat has, echolocation. So those are different senses that you might have. And then you also have teeth, fangs, and stingers. All right, prey adaptation. So how's the prey adapted to survive? So they can get away, they can run fast and retreat to safe locations. They can camouflage. They have defensive coloring, like a warning location. So right here you have this frog, and the bright colors indicate to its predator that don't eat me, I'm poisonous. You also have mimicry. So you look poisonous, but you're not. So one of these snakes is poisonous and one is not. Now, if you're a predator, you're not going to know the difference. But if you can look closely, the stripes are a little differently ordered. Okay, this one goes black, yellow, red. This one goes black, yellow, black, red, black. So you can see the ordering is different. Also, if you're a plant, you might have some poisonous chemicals or thorns. Those are all considered adaptations. Symbiotic relationships, these are my favorite. So you have close relationships with species. Okay, that's what is defined as a symbiotic relationship, a close interaction between species in which one live in or on the other. All right, so the first kind is parasitism. This would be bad for one of them. The parasite obtains its food at the expense of another organism. So there is a host that it lives off of. Example, tapeworms and mosquitoes. Okay, so mosquito feeds off of a human or any mammal. So the human or the mammal would be the victim, okay, the host, and the parasite would be the mosquito or a tick. A tapeworm gets inside of a person, and that's the host, the person, and it does harm. It takes all the nutrients from the body of the person, and yeah, kind of gross, but they definitely harm the host. Okay, so think of it as somebody gets something and the other one gets harmed. That's parasitism. Mutualism. This is the second relationship. So this is where you have both individuals benefit. Okay, so we have E. coli lives in our intestines and it gets food to eat. Now, we're okay with bacteria living inside our intestines because they actually help digest food. So it plays a role for us. Um, you see the clownfish here with the anemone. They are in a mutual relationship. The anemone gets a little protection from the clownfish, and the clownfish gets a home to live in. Okay. A three-way relationship seen in this big picture is mutualism. It involves an ant, a butterfly caterpillar, and acacia in the American Southwest. The caterpillars have nectar organs, which the ants drink from, and the acacia tolerates the feeding caterpillars. The ants appear to provide some protection for both the plant and the caterpillar. So this is the three-way, okay, right here. So all three benefit, and no one is helped. I mean, nobody is harmed. So this is a good one. Commensalism. This is the third kind of symbiotic relationship. This is where one organism benefits while the other is neither harmed or helped significantly. So one is like, I don't care, and the other one gets something out of it. So that's commensalism. So for example, you have this, this is actually, I believe it's an anemone with a hermit crab. Now, the hermit crab is a good example of commensalism because the hermit crab is looking for just shells that other mollusks have discarded. So it takes the shell that is no longer needed and it lives inside it. And now it has a home to live in. The anemone is just growing on its back. And the hermit crab's like, I don't care. And the anemone's like, cool, I got a place to live. Okay. Same thing with these barnacles right here. Barnacles, whether they're growing on a whale or a scallop shell or somewhere else, most times the barnacles, that relationship is commensalism because it's not hurting the organism it's living on. I mean, it could slow a whale down if it's too much of it, but most times it's just it doesn't really hurt the whale. And the barnacle has a place to live. This relationship up here, you have this bird and it looks like it's living on some kind of I don't know, some kind of cattle. So the cattle's like, yep, I don't know, I don't care. You can stay on my back and get a free ride. And the bird's like, cool, I got some protection here. Okay. So there's lots of different examples of these relationships in nature. And that's pretty much it, folks. We'll be doing a follow-up worksheet on symbiotic relationships, and you will have to also pick a symbiotic relationship. It can be anything, okay? The worksheet will give you some examples to lead off of, and then you need to pick and write about one of them. And for extra credit, if you want to draw the picture, it can be awesomer. Okay, hope you have a nice day. Talk to you later. Email me with any questions or comments or concerns.